7.
Oh, hey, Robin!
Jack.
We're the Inwits, and we are back for episode 7.
We are, aren't we?
Now, I just want to start... before... You don't have notes again.
This is actually pretty in-depth, and I've watched it a couple of times this time.
Okay, good. But firstly, I want to start with... I'm sorry.
Oh. This isn't looking good.
No, that's not looking good. I'm just sorry.
About
For
the
my-
state of your life?
No, not for my life. Not for where I'm at. Not my
Should be,
failures.
but anyway.
But I'm sorry for having so much faith in Gabby.
Oh, well, there you go. No, look, actually, I'm going to take something back that I said last week, right? We'll get to it when we get to the trouble, but I don't think you need to be sorry. I think your faith may have paid off a little bit. Not as well as it should have.
Not as well as it should. Like, I'm just... I'm okay, but I'm slightly disappointed. I'm now starting to see where you're seeing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's right.
But before we get to there, let's start. We get to merge. Yeah, what do you got? You've got...
Well, interestingly enough, as far as we can see, Gabby was the only one at merge that decided to try and check for
an idol,
an advantage or an idol, but she didn't really check. She just looked around
while she was sitting there, and it's
but
really
one
hard.
of the interesting
I reckon
things,
it could have been on sign. Like,
one of the interesting things was they kept going back to that sign. Everything you need is here. And I actually think behind that sign, if somebody had turned it over, there would have been a clue there.
I'd agree.
There is a clue behind that sign, absolutely. And I couldn't for the life of me imagine why somebody wouldn't have just walked over, looked in the basket, and then picked up the sign and just had it flip it over.
Well, I guess maybe they didn't want people to know. Like, 13's a lot of people there, but I would maybe, like, because we do see stuff, but we only ever see it when we know there's going to be a payoff.
That's right.
They do that edit where it's like they shine the clue. Shine that.
Yeah.
But that was everything you need for merge is here. And that's a subtle little...
The other thing was it's a round... The sign was square, but the painting was round like a bullseye, wasn't it? You know, it was sort of like a here.
Yeah, it almost reminded me of James's double idols, double idols.
There was two things it could have been. It could have been a map. If you picked it up and looked at the map, you could walk along the beach and go, hang on, that's there, right? Or it could have just been behind it. Yeah. Something like that.
And we'll never know, unfortunately.
No. Damn it.
But because I thought...
I kept waiting for something.
I was like, Gabby, you're bang on. Yeah, everything you need is here. That's saying something. That's saying something. And
she even picked that up. She said even the sign says everything you need is here.
Yeah.
So why didn't she go and get the sign?
Yeah.
I was like, come on, go.
It's like, it's not like, it's also saying it's here. Like, this is X marks the spot.
Yeah.
It's like everything you need is right here. So I would have loved that. Like, I would have loved to have seen if it was actually something. But
Same here. You know, we've seen them put stuff underneath plates and everything.
Yeah,
I think that would have been...
She's on the money. Usually there's something around.
Well, usually it's also hidden in plain sight. You know, in the sense that it's usually, wrapped up in a napkin or something.
Mm-hmm.
So to have it on the back of the sign or to have the sign be a map would be really obvious. It's just right out the front, you know?
Yeah, and it just takes someone just pick it up and look at the back of it. And they're probably not going to, unless they accidentally knocked it or something.
Yeah. So, no, I thought the merge was quite good. I was initially disappointed when I heard the Goliaths going, Goliath strong.
Yeah.
But then...
Well, then you've got Alec. You've got Alec.
That's right.
And Alec was the...
Alex has done a really good job.
I think Alec did that... Yeah, we want to be Goliaths.
Yeah, we want to be Goliaths.
But then what I really liked... Again, I've got things like... He roped in 3 of his Goliaths, 3 of his Davids.
Yeah.
Great. It's a 50-50 split.
And as he said in his cameo, right? These guys are going to stay Goliath strong. I'm going to be the one to build the relationships with David Tribe. Yeah. And that's going to get me through the game. And I'm like, and this is what I've waited for a long time, Rob. A game where they're all going Goliath strong, blah, blah, team. Some people from either side have gotten together and gone, we'll let them think that's what's going on, and we're going to play the game, and they're the ones going home.
And then we can, and like I said, we'll vote out of David now because that keeps them thinking how it is, because it is the numbers. They've got the majority, so let's play with that.
That's right.
And
that was Mike who said that. Mike at the thing, I said, let's vote out 2 Davids, right?
Keep them comfortable.
And keep them all in the dark. And he's absolutely right. They vote out 2 Davids, all the Goliaths are going to be sitting there going...
Oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden, a 6-strong alliance just plows through.
Exactly, plows through them.
So there's a lot of things I like about this, but there's also things I dislike about it. So, well, obviously I like the fact that he's gone 3-3. It's even. So at no point in time does any of the Davids feel the Goliaths in this mini alliance have the upper hand.
No.
That's a really good thing. I also feel my biggest thing I feel with Alec is within this 6, he doesn't have a core.
Not yet.
Not yet, but I think that's neat. But he hasn't had a core ever.
No, but I think...
But he's got this general, which is great.
See, it's a bit like Sarah, isn't it? Like, he's managed to flip and get rid of Natalia, right?
Yeah.
And he's never paid the price.
Yeah. That's fair. I just feel I personally would feel a little bit more comfortable if I could rely on one of these people in this.
But the interesting part for Alex is this: he doesn't know it yet, right? He's actually invited Nick in, and Christian and Mike.
Yeah, and they're already aligned.
They are already aligned.
But and his reasoning was such a great reason.
Absolutely.
They won't think I would ever be with these people.
That's right. It's a perfect... That's what I mean about... This is what's so good about this. He has picked 5 people to work with that they are never going to suspect he would work with. And that's the beauty of it. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
The only downside... Apart from that, I wish he would have... I wish he'd have a connection with... Like you look at, say, when it comes down, Nick has that connection with a Mike or a Christian.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So there's these bonds within a bigger bond because we know 6 is way too big.
Oh, it is. It's good for now.
It's good for now, and it's good to control a lot of this game.
But you want to get rid of one by about 7.
But yeah, by
8.
And that's why it's good to have someone. It's good to have your little tighter section out, which I don't think others have their tighter stuff within that 6.
But I think Alex is just playing that game of like, I am going to be a floater, I am not going to align strongly with anyone. I'm going to say I am, but he's just going to play.
Playing so individual, and I don't know if that could be a downside or not. Well, the other thing,
go on,
is I understand why he's picked them.
Yeah,
and I understand why he's jumped into it early.
A good move.
But what happens if he doesn't actually like these people?
No, I think that's why I don't think he's picked them on whether he likes them. I think let's put it this way. I think given his choice, he would never have a Natalia or a Natalie there.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think he's picked 5 people he can't work with in the sense of like, they really annoy me.
No.
Right? He's fine with them, as in like...
As people.
But as you've already pointed out though, if you look at Alex's games, he's never made a strong bond with anyone.
Yeah.
Right, ever. So... I don't think he's picked people he wants to be friends with. What I think he's picked is people he can beat. In his mind.
People that can hide him.
Yeah. So he's a big physical threat.
Yeah.
Right?
And he'll be supported by these people that don't want him to go.
Exactly, right? But he's picked people like Mike, Mike's not going to beat him in a physical challenge, right? Christian's not. Gabby's not. Allison's not. Who's the other person? Nick May. He's actually a nuggety little guy, right?
Yeah.
But that's his only real competition physically. But I'm saying this, they may surprise him, but I'm saying from his point of view. In his mind. The other thing is, I think he's also thinking a bit further down the track in that he knows he's going to have to get rid of 3 or 4 of them, right? So if Christian's got a good social game, he'll target him.
Yeah.
He's got control to target who he wants, I think, is the way he's thinking.
My only criticism is... I love that he's so individual here.
Oh yeah.
But I also, and not that he doesn't like them. Or what I'm thinking, what I'm kind of getting at is, it's a beautiful idea. These 3-3 coming together for 6 to control the game, amazing. But what happens if within this 6 you get the friction?
Well, it's inevitable.
And that it's inevitable eventually.
Well, it becomes inevitable. While they've got targets like they've got Carl and Davey in the Davids to get out. They've got John and Dan. Big physical threats, easy targets, right? Easy. You can sell that to Davey and Carl, no problem, right? And they've got Cara to get rid of and Angelina, right? So they've got a lot of other targets that Alec or whoever can diffuse friction for a while by pointing to other targets. Well, sooner or later, though, it will build up.
And maybe this is a case of me being me taking the bait from next time on Survivor.
I didn't watch that bit, actually.
Because this is something... Gabby says something or is worried, and Christian sticks up for Gabby.
Yep.
And that puts Christian on the outs from my reading of that.
I wouldn't worry about too much.
And I may have bitten the bait this time because I know they threw Christian's name under the bus last week apparently, and I don't remember that. But I'm like, within this 6, that friction this early on, like he hasn't really thought of that. I'm like, you want to keep this 6 really united because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
It's great to have 3-3. It's perfect.
I think though, at the end of the day though, what Alex doesn't realise is that he has already invited in a core 3.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, and this is the beauty of Mike and Christian and Nick's play.
Yeah.
They're also undercover. And nobody's blown it yet. And Alex thinks they're 3 individuals, doesn't realise that they're actually working together.
And then you go to credit to Nick from what we've been seeing.
Credit Nick is...
Because Mike and Christian do not know about each other's bonds with Nick.
That's right. I mean, Nick is... And this is a beautiful thing. You don't see Nick walking off in the jungle with him go, hey, we should get Mike in because over on the other tribe, me and him were really tight, right?
Yeah.
Or anything.
He's just... And that's... Alec being the... conductor or the organizer of this 6 kind of puts him a target within the 6.
Well, not really, not yet.
Well, not yet, but down the track, being the head, being the leader, being the physical one. Nick is not a target at all.
No, he's been invited in.
He's in. He's got really strong connections that also don't know about each other from what we know. Like Nick's playing. Like, beautifully.
Oh, absolutely. Look, he's in the Power Alliance at the moment. As that goes down, he's also got 2 people he knows he can count on and go, look, it's time for Alex to go. He knows Gabby, Christian can go to Gabby and go, we're going to vote Alex, right? And he knows he can go to Mike and go, it's time for Alex to go.
Yeah.
And have 5 people ready to vote Alex out.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So he's in a really, really good spot.
But I am very interested in Alec because... when you see an individual player, and Sarah did this from the start, she played individually, it's a really powerful game if it comes off. If he can navigate all the obstacles.
Yeah, the navigation is really difficult.
If you can get to the end as an individual player, you're pretty much unbeatable at council.
That's true. Right. And it's just and you know what? He's also not in danger either.
No, that's right.
And he's got a lot of support, so he potentially can. And that's. It comes down to like being so individual. He doesn't care, and I'm hoping he's made it 3-3 purely for that reason to make everyone feel safe within this alliance.
I think he has. I think that's what his idea was. Just to cross the alliance so that he has his alliance that nobody else can see, and he can just keep on going back to Goliath and go, Goliath's strong.
And then when it's because it's not the right time to make a move.
Yeah, but he's making moves.
Get rid of a couple of Davids, and then. That's fine, and then all of a sudden you get rid of every other Goliath.
That's it.
Because you've got 6.
I think what will happen though is we'll get down to like 7 or 8.
Yeah, and then you need to make a move in the 6. And
you do
jump and connect.
And that's when you have to connect with the other people. You have to say whoever's left, like Davey or John or something. You have to.
We've got to break something.
We've got to break this up, right? Yeah. And that's when we'll see that 6 break.
Yeah, well, I'd hope so. I'd hope it goes that way because it's a really great starting point for him.
This is fantastic. This is what I've always hoped for.
Yeah.
And it's so, especially after last American season, where as soon as they hit merge, it was Navidi, everybody else.
Yeah.
That was it.
Whereas this time around, it's like, it's so good and refreshing to see those 6 were all on board.
Absolutely, yeah.
And there was not, because it makes sense.
It does. And we often say, why don't people do this?
Yeah, it makes, and I think it makes sense for them because it was 3-3. Because of the balance. It's like, there's no one is in an unfair advantage here.
No, that's
there's
right.
Us, if it came down to it, we've got Davids and Goliaths equal again.
That's right. And the other great thing is, Davids are on the bottom. And you can say to the 3 from the Davids, but you're not. We're just going to get rid of the other 2 Davids. And we're going to get rid of the other Goliaths.
Yeah.
You're not actually on the bottom.
Yeah.
But you have to run around looking like you're on the bottom.
And this is why Gabby let me down.
I don't think so. This is the interesting part. I think Gabby, in her cameo, said, I'm really worried, and this and that and the other.
And I'm like, you're in the most powerful position you could want to be in.
Right? But the interesting part was at the council where I think she actually did something, and I'm not sure if I'm reading too much into this, right? But you know when she defended Elizabeth defending herself to Angelina, I think it was out of emotion, maybe, right? But I also think it could have been calculated.
Her tears, no,
not the tears, no. But if you think about it, she was defending Elizabeth, and she said to Angelina, "What, you think we're just going to sit here and be picked off?" What I'm saying is, she has played the exact role that the Davids or her alliance of six needed her to play, because now the Goliaths, seeing Gabby's reaction at council, are going to go, clearly, where it's us versus them, and they know it.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think that was. I think that was purely how she felt. I just don't think that was part. I don't think that was strategy. From the past 6 episodes.
Yeah, I know.
It's really hard for me to believe. Yeah, exactly. And then she cried for no reason.
Yeah.
Like she cried because she was upset because it was too heated for her. Maybe. Yeah. So that's why I'm like.
But I'm hoping it was maybe strategy. But I'm going to agree with you. I don't think it is. Yeah. But I'm going to. There is a slim chance it is.
Yeah, but I just think
in which case, if it was strategy, it was really well done.
Yeah, but I just don't think it was. I think it was pure Gabby unable to cope in that situation, which is makes me sad because I was like I had a lot of high hopes for her, and I think that's why I was saying earlier with Alec not understanding his whole 6 people that he's brought in. He's brought them in for correct reasons, but does he understand them well enough? Has he taken enough time? Like the time you connect these bonds, you got to do it instantly. But at the same time, is Gabby going to be a liability because she's emotional?
Of course. Look, she's going to be like an Abby Marie, right? But if you can use her for a while, she's also an easy vote at the end of the day.
Yeah, she's very easy.
Right? Because sooner or later, she's going to annoy some people in your 6. Yeah. And that makes her a target.
That's my qualm with that moment. I'm like, Gabby, keep it together. Like you.
That's right.
Yes, play that card, but keep it together because you were in such a powerful position, and this weakness and these tears, I just thought is damaging.
Okay, but let's talk about Dan. Has Dan got paranoia or what?
Oh,
Cara was, I think, a little shocked to see his reaction.
It's like, why are you even worried about this?
She's in her cameo. She's like, you've got 2 idols, you're in the Power Alliance, what are you worried about?
Yeah, there is nothing they can do.
I think she's starting to realise that maybe Dan is not someone she can work with down the road.
Well, since the very first day on the island where Dan went, I love her, he doesn't play with his head, he plays with his heart. He's emotional. But
this paranoia that he's got would have come out regardless of that. Right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, seeing that, you know the type of player he is, and he's gonna get paranoid because he doesn't think first.
Exactly,
he feels first. Right.
But this is the thing. Cara and John are standing there watching him walk off in the jungle. Cara's going, Dan?
He's going to ruin everything right now.
Yeah, that's right. So I think maybe John and Cara have come to realise it's going to be difficult working with Dan. It's going to be difficult. Like you said, it's difficult to work with Abby, right? I think it'll be much more difficult to work with Dan.
Except Dan has 2 idols. Gabby has nothing. There's no reason to keep him around. Keep her around.
The problem is everybody who needs to know that he has an idol now knows he has an idol.
Everyone knows he's got 1 idol.
Yes.
No one knows he's got 2 idols.
But this is the thing. Having that 6 there, the undercover 6, right? I'm going to bet their first vote.
Oh yeah, she knows she's got 2 idols.
Right. Yeah, but what I mean is that Nick and Alec. Their first vote's going to be Dan to get because they'll try and blind somebody, which will be successful.
And you know what the problem with Dan here? Yeah. One, everybody knows he has 1 idol.
Yes.
1 person, and she may have told others, knows he has 2 idols. Yeah. Dan has no idea anyone knows he has any idols.
That's right.
Like that's the worst part about it because he thinks nobody knows.
That's right.
Apart from the people he's told.
Exactly. So. When you see Nick talk to Christian in the jungle, he's like, Dan's got an idol. Oh, okay.
And Dan's oblivious to everyone knowing he's got an idol.
He's got an idol.
Which is a terrible place to be because that is where blindsides can come so easily.
The worst place to be. If it's known you've got an idol and you don't know they know, you're in the worst possible position ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because when
you'll never see it coming.
never see it go. There will not be a whisper.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Right? You're dead.
It's
right?
like, you're like, what? But this and this. Yeah, we
right?
knew, mate.
Yeah, we knew. Right? So,
yeah.
I think Dan's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I think he's in a bad spot. And I don't think he's endearing himself to his... They'll keep him around, obviously.
They'll keep him around, yeah.
He's a Goliath, but what I mean is, I think they would rather not have him around.
Yeah.
What else? Elizabeth. Let's talk about Elizabeth.
Do we need to?
Yes.
I guess we should. She did get voted out.
Do you think it was a bad move last episode to really annoy the hell out of her co-players? It's come back to roost.
It has, but also, I think what's the bad move is when she's chatting to Gabby, and she's like, I want to win this game!
Yeah,
like, she goes She-Hulk.
I know.
And she's saying how badly she wants to win the game. Like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm going to win this
game. I'm going to win this game. I've come here to win. Whoa, we've come here to play. Don't say win, because then why do I want to keep you around? Because you're going to be this aggressive.
Right? Exactly.
If I want to get you out.
I mean, that's exactly what I thought. I thought, if I'm Gabby listening to you 1 inch from my face saying I'm going to win this, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, you need to go home.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now. You're part of my numbers, but you want this too much. You want it more than, it's like the aggressive nature to how she's like, I'm going to win.
That's what I thought too. I was like,
whoa, let's calm down.
And probably the worst person to say it to be aggressive in front of is Gabby. She doesn't like aggression.
Yeah, I just, Oh.
So, let's talk about Angelina now, right? Because this intersects, right?
Yeah.
Angelina tips her off. I don't think it was a big tip, but you know what I mean. But tips off Elizabeth that it's her.
Because wait, were those two on the same tribe in the three tribes? I can't remember.
I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Look, she tips her off. Look, Angelina's Angelina. She was going to do it because she was annoyed that she didn't get to have Christian vote. Yes, right? She didn't get her way.
Exactly.
And this is she was complaining about other people, doing bad strategic moves. This was a terrible move on her part.
Oh yeah.
Right? But Elizabeth's decision of how to use the information was completely wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Completely and utterly.
Someone's thrown me a lifeline. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to crush them.
Oh, but you even saw her talking to Gabby. And this is the other thing. Gabby was like, yeah, let's do it at Tribal, right? And I was sitting there looking at Gabby going, hang on, are you playing her?
Well, maybe you're right, because how the votes unfolded, correct, for the tribe, and maybe Gabby was playing her. Maybe you're right, because doing it at Tribal means there's nothing here for her to do.
Nothing to gain.
We can just do it at Tribal
exactly.
and throw everything under the bus.
And Elizabeth just looks bad, worse and worse.
She always looks bad, and it also now gives an easier target. Yeah, get rid of another David, but now we've got an easier Goliath target to throw under the bus and keep our six
And
tight.
Gabby was, let's do it at Tribal, right? And I was like, that's the worst possible strategy. The first thing you do is you go to somebody like Dan or John, and you go, look, Angelina just came to me and said, I'm the target, but she wants you.
Well, she didn't actually say, I'm the target. She said, it's you and I wish it wasn't you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
She could have done that, but she also could have gone, well, who did you want it to be?
But what I'm saying is Elizabeth should have used the information before Tribal.
Oh, yeah.
Create the chaos before Tribal. Creating the chaos in Tribal is very difficult to do and get the result you want.
Yeah, because you got to remain level-headed.
Yes.
And Elizabeth is she's fiery and she's got her strength behind it. But look, I enjoyed that she was playing the game and there was no hard feelings when she got out.
Look, when she turned around and said, see you later, guys.
But also, she also said to Jeff, she said, I just wanted to come here and play the game, and play how I feel I wanted to play.
Yeah.
Cut back to 10 minutes in the episode. I want to win!
That's right. So, look, I think it was a pretty eventful episode. I really enjoyed it. Is there any other topics that you want to discuss?
No, those are the strategic points I wanted to touch on.
Yeah.
Really?
So, I'm still focused on that sign. I still wish somebody...
Yeah, well, we'll never know, will we?
Somebody in Ponderosa will get the sign.
We'll never know yet. We'll never know. So do you reckon the Alliance stays strong next week and votes out another David, like a Davey, or...
No, I think they'll actually end up voting a Goliath out. I think there's enough chaos in the Goliath camp at the moment
to get rid of an Angelina.
To get rid of a Goliath without tipping their hand.
Yeah.
Because I think some of the Goliaths will try to rope in some of the Davids anyway.
Yeah.
And then the 6 can just go, okay, we're going to vote that Goliath. And they're going to
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And it'll just be covered by the chaos of the Goliaths splitting up.
Which would be good.
And I don't think Christian's in any danger.
I'd hope not, because I feel like he's going far. But yeah, that I think I bit the bait.
Yeah. The reason why I'm going to say Christian's not in any danger is simply because of this. It's the old story of, let's do Christian, but then if something rears its head, it's easy to go, but we can get Christian anytime.
Yeah, it is.
We're going to go blah.
It's interesting, like, because he must have a great social game, because his name's getting picked up.
Yeah, I know, a bit, isn't it?
He must have a really, really.
You know what it might be?
Social game.
You know what it might be? We often hear Dan and John talking about
how awesome he is.
How awesome he is, right? And I think that may be...
That's a warning sign.
And the others are hearing it and going, well, if he's that good, he needs to go.
Yeah, but that's what I find strange, that Dan and John haven't gone Brochacos strong.
No, well...
They kind of was like... They didn't want to get rid of him, and so they didn't.
Exactly.
But it wasn't. It was not in the song.
It was not.
It wasn't. It was about we like him, we want to keep him around.
Yeah.
But it was definitely not about
Brochacos.
Hey, Christian, you keep mentioning your name. What can we do?
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't go to him. They didn't go to him and include him. They just wanted to keep him around because they liked him.
That's right.
So I feel like that's a mistake on both of their behalves.
Well, they had a line. If you wanted to look at it from their point of view, they don't know about Christian's other relationships, but they had a line. A really solid relationship with a David that they could have possibly used properly to get information from the Davids.
And they just kind of was like, and they kind of went, no, we got to be Goliath strong, but we'll keep our favourites around until we don't need them anymore. And I think that's a terrible way to.
I don't think they even talked to him throughout the episode. No. So it was no Brochacos stuff going on anymore. So, and if you look at Christian, he kind of didn't even bother with them. He just went off and did his thing anyway. So. I think that maybe once they hit the beach, it was pretty clear. Hey, we're Goliaths now. Yeah,
we've got to do it. Yeah,
we've got to do this.
Yeah, sorry, man, we like it, but
that's
them's the breaks.
And that's a really bad way to play.
Yeah, exactly. It's a terrible way to play, and what you want to be doing is what Alec is doing, and building some really good bonds.
All right, that's it for me.
That's it for me. We will see you next week.